You're looking to hire your first team member and aren't sure where to start? I'm Narelle from HR for Health Leaders, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about the Employment Masterclass that I've put together. So after years of spending time talking one-on-one with lots of different clinic owners, probably talked to hundreds of business owners at this stage, I found that I was often answering exactly the same questions for different businesses. While you're all certainly different, there are definitely a lot of similarities and a lot of provisions that exist under the award that don't change based on your business. So spent some time honing together a 60-minute masterclass that covers everything that I normally spend talking to clients one-on-one about, so that you don't have to drudge through the umpteen pages of the Health Professionals Award. So if you are a allied health clinic, so remedial massage, physio, chiro, osteo, naturopathy, the list goes on. Any sort of multidisciplinary clinic is covered as well. Then generally you'll be covered by the Health Professionals and Support Services Award. And this includes both for your practitioners and for your administrative staff and or assistants. So let's say you've got like a physiotherapy assistant role, which may not be a qualified physiotherapist. They're also covered by this award. So this masterclass is for you if you fit that box, if you're looking to hire first staff, or maybe you've got some staff but you're really not sure if you are correctly paying them or how the award actually applies. So some of the things that we'll cover off in the masterclass include how to sell employment to people that expect dollar per treatment subcontracting type arrangements. I know that's pretty big in the industry, and if you've done any research or landed here, I'm assuming it's because you're looking to employ staff and not wanting subcontractors. If you're not sure about why you shouldn't have subcontractors, I have an ebook I'm happy to send you talking about the legalities of sham contracting and when it's actually not legal to have contractors. And most of the time, the way that people want to run their businesses, they generally want employees, the amount of control they want. So just put that one out there. So in the masterclass, we'll talk through the award. We'll talk about the how you calculate your hourly rates. So based on experience, what pay point your staff will be sitting at, and therefore what their minimum hourly rates are, when penalties apply, if you have to pay shift work for evening work, depending on the type of clinic you are, how you calculate your pay rates for weekends, the weekend penalty rates, meal break obligations and entitlements, and then some practical steps like how do you actually structure a shift to make sure that it's profitable. You need to make sure that you can fit clients in, but you also need to make sure you're making money out of that shift. There's a balancing act between paying your staff fairly and still having a profitable clinic, which is really critical. If you're not making a profit, then your staff won't have a job for very long. So, it's really important that we nail that down as well. I've got some worksheets that I'll show you in the masterclass that you also get to download for yourself, so you can work through revenue projections based on your specific what you're charging and your average treatment lengths and time that takes, including like break times in between clients, versus the wages that you'll need to pay your staff, which is also a great way of comparing the wages that you'd be paying under the award versus what you would expect to pay a subcontractor. A lot of people are used to seeing wages expressed as a percentage of their profit, so it's a really good comparison for both you to understand that you will not be worse off, that your employees will not be worse off, and how that works. We'll talk about some options for bonuses. You can just pay the award rate and then pay a bonus if they're being really profitable, or you can pay high hourly rates. You can pay salaries if you're offering permanent employment. Even if you're offering part-time employment, you can still pay a fixed rate based on their hours of work. So rather than paying $30 an hour for this and $35 an hour for that, you might pay a salary of $60,000 a year, and provided that complies with all of the minimum wages under the award, then that's perfectly fine. So there's a whole bunch of little tips and tricks that I'll talk through. So both practical application for how this applies to a clinic. If you haven't met me before, then I've basically spent 15 years working in HR, and then I also spent 4 years as a co-owner of a remedial massage clinic. We had 3 or 4 different therapists at any one time, plus administrative staff. So I've been there and managed a team. I know what it's like, and I know both sides of the fence in terms of practicalities and technical legal jargon, that I try and not make legal jargon and just make it really easy for you guys to understand. So yeah, if you want to check out the Masterclass, you can click the link below to go through that. You'll get instant access. You'll also get instant access to all the free guides that come with it. So there's a pay rate guide, so you don't have to write everything down. You can easily refer back to that. I update that every year for you. So every year when the pay reviews come through, you'll get a new copy. As well as all of the additional extras to help you set things up so that you don't need to do everything yourself. And once you've been through that, if you have a staff member that you're ready to, or a candidate that you're ready to make an offer to, or maybe you have an existing staff member who you don't have a contract for yet, or you'd like your contracts reviewed, then please reach out. I have a contract pack available on the website, and I also offer one-on-ones if you find that at the end of the Masterclass you've still got some specific questions. So, and just as a little aside, if you aren't running a clinic and you're wondering if I can help, I can, but please don't watch the Masterclass. If you, let's say you're running an online training business, or maybe you're a coach or something like that, so you sort of come across me from those angles. If you're not running a clinic and you don't have staff under the Health Professionals Award, don't watch the Masterclass, because it is very specific to the Health Professionals Award. So get in touch with me instead if you want to have a conversation. So let me know if you have any questions, and otherwise I hope to see you on the other side of the Masterclass.